Welcome to the Magic Online Championship Series recap. I'm Rashad Miller, and I'll be going over the highlights of the first Last-Chance Qualifier. Last-Chance Qualifier number 1 was held on December 22nd. This was an open event in which the winner would be invited to play in the Magic Online Championship happening at PAX East. 322 players battled it out and returned to Ravnica Limited, and the top 8 players then drafted RTR to determine the champion. Jabberwocky finished in first place and drafted Azorius Aggro. Pyromaniac 4290 finished in second place and drafted Izzet Splash Black. Blushed finished third and drafted Golgari Midrange. Severus finished fourth place and drafted Selesnya Splash Blue. Accord 3 finished fifth and drafted Azorius Aggro. Biohazard finished in sixth place and drafted Selesnya Splash Blue. Found Omega finished seventh and drafted Selesnya Splash Black. And Baconator 5000 finished in 8th place and drafted Izzet Aggro. Let's get right to the top 8. Quarterfinals, Pyromaniac 4290 versus Found Omega. Game 1, Pyromaniac 4290 took advantage of a slow start from Found Omega, with Gorehouse Chainwalker enchanted with Pursuit of Flight. When Found Omega found the mana to make an 8/8 elemental, courtesy of Grove of the Guardian, Void Wielder bounced the token and took down Game 1 for Pyromaniac 4290. Game 2, Found Omega's Bird token and Phantom Generals were racing Pyromaniac 4290's Splatter Thug and Runewing. When Carnival Hellsteed looked to win the race for Pyromaniac 4290, Druid's Deliverance stole Game 2 for Found Omega and forced a Game 3. Game 3, an early Pursuit of Flight again from Pyromaniac 4290 put a lot of pressure on Found Omega, but Found Omega was able to stabilize with a collection of tokens and populate spells. Just as the ground had stalled to a halt, a second Pursuit of Flight allowed Pyromaniac 4290 to fly over Found Omega's blockers and enter the semifinals. Blushed versus Biohazard. Game 1, after Biohazard got in some early damage on Blushed, the two players got into a creature stall. Rogue's Passage and a Stab Wound teamed up for Blushed to break the game open, and not even a 10/10 token from Biohazard could race the unblockable Goblin Ooze as Blushed took the first game. Game 2, Biohazard played a threat on the first 3 turns of the game, which forced Blush to play defensively. When Swift Justice made Blush's blocking less effective, Biohazard swiftly forced a Game 3. Game 3, we again see a creature stall between Blushed and Biohazard. And what will break the stall this time? A Dagger Drome Imp with a couple of scavenge counters soars over Biohazard's forces and propels Blushed into the semifinals. Baconator 5000 versus Jabberwocky. Game 1, Jabberwocky got out early threats while countering Baconator 5000's big plays. Traitorous Instinct threatened to steal the game for Baconator 5000, but Jabberwocky had the overloaded Bluster Squall to maintain the lead and take the first game. Game 2, Baconator 5000's Bloodfray Giant turned out to be a constant thorn in Jabberwocky's side. Jabberwocky was able to detain it for a few turns, but the 5/4 Trampler led the charge for Baconator 5000 to force a Game 3. Game 3 came down to the wire as an overloaded Street Spasm left just Baconator 5000's Void Weeder left to face off against Jabberwocky's Martial Law. After turns of Draw Go, Baconator 5000 broke the game open with Gutter Snipe, and Jabberwocky failed to its damage-dealing ability. Baconator 5000 was on to the semifinals. Severus versus Accord 3. Game 1, Severus's bigger green creatures just bullied Accord 3's small evasive creatures from the start of the game. Without the detain or bounce necessary to keep up, Accord 3 was overrun by Severus's forces. Game 2, Severus didn't have much going as only a Drudge Beetle tried to fend off Stealer of Secrets, but a steady stream of detained creatures from Accord 3 let a constant flow of cards drawn and damage dealt forced a concession from Severus and a Game 3. Game 3, Common Bond counters on Severus's Rubbleback Rhino made it a little too big for Accord 3 to handle. Accord 3 was forced to race with Flyers, but Chorus of Might won the race and sent Severus into the semifinals. Semifinals, Pyromaniac 4290 versus Blushed. Game 1, Pyromaniac 4290 put the pressure on with Splatter Thug, enchanted with Pursuit of Flight, alongside a 5/5 Cryptborn Horror. Abrupt Decay helped Blush defend, but once Carnival Hellsteed hit the battlefield for Pyromaniac 4290, we were on to Game 2. Game 2, Pyromaniac 4290 put out some early beaters, which were quickly outclassed by Blush's larger threats. When Pyromaniac 4290 switched to a defensive posture, a couple of well-timed pump spells took the game for Blush and sent the match into a third game. Game 3, both Blush and Pyromaniac 4290 traded blows for most of the game until Rakdos Ragemut started pulling the game in Pyromaniac 4290's favor. The life gain from the Ragemut put Pyromaniac 4290 out of harm's way, and a Rune Wing finished off Blush and finished the match. Baconator 5000 versus Severus. Game 1, Severus did big damage early with Fencing Ace and Pump Spells, but Baconator 5000 wasn't discouraged. The Fencing Ace was dealt with, and Mercurial Chemister steadily brought the game back in Baconator 5000's favor and finished off Severus. Game 2, Severus's game plan didn't shift as pressure was applied early with Fencing Ace and Loxodon Smiter. Baconator 5000 had the Chemister this game as well, but Rogue's Passage provided the reach Severus needed to take Game 2. Game 3, an early Gutter Snipe from Baconator 5000 chewed away at Severus's life total, while Severus tried to race with bird tokens. Overloaded Bluster Squall tapped Severus's team and allowed Gutter Snipe and friends to propel Baconator to the finals. And that brings us to the finals of the Magic Online Championship Series Last-Chance Qualifier number 1. Baconator 5000 versus Pyromaniac 4290. Game 1. Pyromaniac 4290 leads with Ash Zealot. Street Spasm takes it out. Bloodfray Giant for Baconator 5000. Copper Brute from Pyromaniac 4290. Goblin Electromancer for Baconator 5000. Frostburn Weird for Pyromaniac 4290. Pursuit of Flight on the Frostburn Weird, and a Gorehouse Chainwalker left back to block for Pyromaniac 4290. Void Wielder gets Essence scattered, and Bluster Squall taps the Weird. Explosive Impact puts Pyromaniac 4290 to 4, and the Trample from the Bloodfray Giant should win this game for Baconator 5000. Game 2. Pyromaniac 4290 has Ash Zealot and a Pursuit of Flight for it. Baconator 5000 seems to be having some mana issues. Lobber Crew for Pyromaniac 4290. A third land for Baconator 5000, and a Gutter Snipe. Rakdos' return from Pyromaniac 4290, along with the 2 Lobber Crew activations, will put Baconator 5000 down to 5 life. Looks like Baconator 5000 has seen enough. Let's go to Game 3. Game 3. Baconator 5000 starts with the Gorehouse Chainwalker Unleashed. Cobble Brute for Pyromaniac 4290. Void Wielder bounces the Brute, and a Void Wielder in return for Pyromaniac 4290 bounces to Chainwalker. The Chainwalker returns, as does the Cobble Brute. Carnival Hellsteed Unleashed gets in a big attack. Explosive Impact on the Hellsteed, and Baconator 5000 has Mizium Skin to give it hexproof. Void Wielder bounces to Chainwalker, and everyone attacks. Annihilating Fire from Baconator 5000 kills the Cobble Brute. Baconator 5000 takes 6, and a 6/6 Cryptborn Horror is Pyromaniac 4290's follow-up. This 6/6 Trampler might be too much for Baconator 5000 to deal with, and there's the concession. And we have a champion. Congratulations to Pyromaniac 4290, Last-Chance Qualifier number 1 champion. Now, if you'd like to see more coverage from this or any other Magic Online tournament, visit www.mtgonline.com. Thanks for watching the Magic Online Championship Series recap with me, Rashad Miller, and I'll see you next time for Last-Chance Qualifier number 2.